I'm not kidding. That
He's just
actually
trying to
happened.
stay relevant. This kid's just trying to stay relevant. That dude
Yeah, dude,
sucks.
baby Gronk. He said, I'm not about offers anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
for
trying
real.
to I'm trying to fight the Rizzler.
He got tired of his dad putting his name everywhere, so now he got to go pick fights like he's Chad Ochocinco and
No, dude, he's trying to be
James
Jake Paul.
Harrison.
He's trying to be the next Jake Paul.
Probably.
Broncos country.
I think they're ready, as your next line says.
Hello, and welcome back to the Second and Two podcast. I'm your host, TB. Got my co-host, producer extraordinaire, master of the editing room, and one of my best friends, Jody. What up, Joe? What up?
What's good, bro? Had to get the Bev pop on there because I knew it'd be nice and crisp. But we're doing good.
No, it sounded good.
Like I said, you brought up the editing last week. I got that sent in. I did it all on Tuesday.
Impressive work by you. And I didn't even see the final copy.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't do much. Honestly, I just put the videos and the pictures together.
I didn't do much.
I found a little overlay thing that lets you like type some stuff. I did that to the pictures, introduced me and my coworker, and then on the video itself where we're all talking, I put the titles. I got AI to do that for me. Said, hey, I don't know what else to do with this. So I sent it to my supervisor. Like, hey, what do you think? What else should I add? He said, nah, that looks good. I was like, bet. So then I took it to work the next day. And they're like, this looks great. You guys did awesome. And I was like, I don't know how I did it, but I did it. But yeah, we're having a good time. I've been working on this Lego. I don't know if I talked about it. The Pharrell rocket ship Lego. I got one more set of Legos to work on, and boom, it's done.
Wow.
It'll be looking sweet. That thing's huge. There's a piece of it.
Wow. Okay.
And then the rocket ship sits on top of that thing, which is also pretty big. And then this is the base right here. I got a bunch of random pieces just laying around.
What?
So.
Why is it Pharrell?
It was from some movie he just put out, some Lego movie that he produced, I think, or something.
Okay.
It's about him, I guess. Something along those lines. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was wondering because that's just kind of random, like Pharrell rocket ship. I'm like, what is that? So that makes sense.
Yeah, that's where that comes from. How are you doing?
So, oh, dude, I think I'm good. You know,
you think
well, you know what I mean. Like, we're recording on a Thursday, so we got the big game tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Sir.
And I think, I mean, the last time I recorded, you knew, you could hear in my voice the disappointment, the feelings that I had. And over the weekend, I started to feel better. You know, felt like, okay, we got this rolling. We're gonna get right. And then had to put together, defensive game plan that was gonna be a little different this week. Try and use some people in some different spots and maximize our personnel, switch up our defense a little bit. Okay. And Monday and Tuesday's practice, I wasn't feeling so hot because
you got the bug.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just the way we looked. Like,
okay, that's what I assumed in the beginning, but you said I wasn't feeling hot.
I didn't like how the changes were looking, and so I was stressing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I went into work Wednesday morning about as stressed for a football game as I've ever been in my coaching career. Yeah, and had a really good talk with our kids Wednesday. Tweak some things just a little bit to help make some things easier on them. They had a great practice Wednesday, and they had a great practice today. Now I'm feeling set for tomorrow. I just the stress of the early part of the week, I think, is still, and then combined with like the tough loss last week, that still stings a little, and that won't go away until we win the game tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's why you hear the hesitation of my voice and why I'm ready to go. I'm ready to watch them play tomorrow. Yeah. I'm ready to coach ball tomorrow. And we'll see how we do. But I really do think we're ready. It's a big game. I mean, the games from here on out just keep getting bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's like tomorrow starts kind of the playoff run essentially, and I think we're ready for it. So I'm excited.
Okay. The only thing I will say is Halloween tonight, whatever day we're recording. So happy Halloween for what's left of it. And hopefully them boys realize they're old enough to not have to go trick-or-treating no more. They're not all hopped
I
up
have a
on
theory
candy
on
at the
this.
moment. And we're good to go tomorrow. What's your theory?
I think the cutoff is 13. I think that's the last year you get to go trick-or-treating.
Like once you're a high schooler, you shouldn't go.
14 is a no-go to me.
Yeah.
13, you get to go. 14, no go. And I think it's a very clear-cut, easy line. Just like 13, yes, 14, no. And that's just easy money. That's what it is.
When are you 13? Is that like 6th grade? When's that?
13 is usually 7th or 8th grade.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I would agree. I would say 8th grade is like, there's literally the one and only time I went trick-or-treating. Like, I went a couple times as a kid, don't remember those times, right? But then I went 8th grade with Alex and Mark Ziobro, if you remember him. We were a squad back in middle school, so we all went together in like his dad's neighborhood. And then that was it. I was an inmate. I had an orange jumpsuit on with some numbers on the back. And yeah.
Classic. Easy get up. Just throw that on, zip it up, and you're good to go.
Yeah, then college came around at the parties. I was a ref. Just got the striped shirt, black pants, and we're good to go. I had a little flag I was throwing on the. I would throw it on the BP table. Hey, your elbows, watch them.
Yeah. Ref is an oldie but goodie. Let's see some classics. When I was a kid, I do remember the two best costumes I pulled off. One year, I was Anakin Skywalker.
Oh,
big Star Wars fan growing up.
Gotcha.
Another year, I was Frodo from the Lord of the Rings.
Wow. Okay. You got the big feet on or what?
Nah. We did go barefoot though. Did go with the bare feet.
Ooh.
Last year I was Dwight Schrute, and Joe was Michael Scott. So that was a good time. This year we are 21 Jump Street.
Whoa. Okay.
I think I'm supposed to be. I think she's Jonah Hill, and I'm supposed to be
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum, yeah. So
gotcha. My name is Jeff.
My name Jeff.
I've seen. Wasn't she the dude from 50 First Dates the other day?
That was her costume from 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
That's what she wore 2 years. Yeah. So she, for whatever reason, her favorite pastime of Halloween is just to dress up like a man. I don't know. In some way, shape, or form. Somehow that's what she always does. I don't know what what that says about her or me for that matter. But that is like one of her favorite things to do. She just loves to she likes to have man hair for some reason on Halloween. That's just what she does.
Like throw on a wig or like put her hair.
Yeah, she always wants to just wear a wig. That's her thing. And I'm like, why don't you just be like, Catwoman? That'd be good. And she's like, nah, that's basic. And I'm like, dang. All right, I tried.
I feel like you got me there for sure.
Yeah. Let's get some NFL news rolling, although I do love Halloween. Anthony Richardson.
Oof.
They finally did it. Jody's been calling for it for weeks. And I couldn't believe it. When I saw it, all I thought to myself was, oh, Jody is for sure taking the Colts on their next game. Like, no matter what or who they're playing or where, Jody is taking the Colts now that Joe Flacco is the starter. I looked at it. They're playing the Vikings on Monday Night Football. So the question all the listeners want to know, Jody, is should our listeners vote or bet the Colts against the Vikings on Monday Night Football because Joe Flacco is now the starter?
That's a tough one. Simply because they're in the Skull Land. They're playing on the road.
It's Flacco, though, dude. That's your guy.
They blitz a lot. He's a little older, a little mobile. But I mean, it's 5.5. Spreads at 5.5. I think they could do that. I think it'd probably be like a field goal, but I'm still wishy-washy on it. I threw it in my bets for the week just because you mentioned it at the top, which we're talking about now. But am I gonna take it? I don't know. That's a tough one. I would probably bet the
Ooh,
points. I'd probably bet the points more
surprised.
than anything. Yeah.
Surprising, actually. Not gonna lie. Speaking of the Vikings, their left tackle Christian Darrisaw appears to be out for the year.
Dang.
And in order to plug that hole as a team that feels like, they're a legitimate contender, they have traded for Cam Robinson from the Jaguars, which is actually pretty wild to see a left tackle come available in the middle of a season. It rarely happens.
Very true.
Um, they got him for, I think it was only like a 4th or 5th round pick.
Not bad.
So good trade for the Vikings. Makes a lot of sense for them. The Jags, on the other hand, Jags are kind of in disarray here. I mean, they have not gone off to a good start,
Yeah.
obviously. Christian Kirk
Dude
has
being
a
hurt.
broken collarbone. He's done.
Yeah.
And then they
ETN
trade Christian
hasn't been
Darrisaw,
playing.
or
Hamstring.
they trade Cam Robinson because the Vikings lost Christian Darrisaw. And so now it looks like are the Jaguars in sell mode. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Um,
They're trying to move to London.
and also, they're literally having a fire sale. Also, does that mean we're looking at the end of Doug Peterson here?
Hey, that's a quick turnaround. I'm probably better than the dudes over in Panthers land, but what was that? 3 years, 2 years for Dougie P? 3 years? That's
Well,
tough, man.
I mean, it's really interesting, right? Because they start with this regime kind of with Urban Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know how that went. It was a disaster.
Yep.
Dougie P brought some
Some good juice that first
sanity
year.
to the organization, but now I think it's clear they're not going to go much farther with him. They need to get Trevor Lawrence help before he becomes damaged goods.
Yeah. What
It's
if
year
you just
4
ship
for
him out?
him.
It's like you said, fire sale, just
It's
get him
year
what
4
you
for him,
can.
and it feels like his best year was by far year
Your
2.
second. Yeah.
And the start of year 3 was really good until he got hurt, and then he looked bad down the stretch, and this year he's continued to look bad. So I don't know. Maybe he's not fully healthy. Maybe there's other stuff going on there that's hindering him from being his best. But I still feel like I believe in the talent of Trevor Lawrence. It just feels like it has not worked out well for him so far in his young career. He's had a
Yeah.
lot of moving parts around him. Feels like he's getting ready to, have another new head coach and possibly and probably OC along with it. So we'll see what happens with the Jaguars moving forward, but something to keep an eye on. They may be trading more players before next week's trade deadline. Maybe firing Doug Peterson if this weekend doesn't go well. We'll see. The Steelers, in other news, other quarterback news here.
Sussy
Sticking
for
with
the rest
Russell
of us.
Wilson for the foreseeable future, it appears. Our guy, the original OG cooker, who
Mm-hmm.
we featured last week, he was cooking again a little bit on Monday Night Football against the
See
Giants.
that
He looked
over the
okay.
shoulder pass?
Yeah.
Cuddy?
I think there's quite possibly some growth there from Russ, a little different approach than what he took in Denver. And
I think it's just the environment, honestly. Sean Payton never set him up to win. Everything that went bad was on Russ. Russ comes into a new organization with the dude who's been able to handle Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. No pressure to perform. Just he's not even getting paid much by them. So like you get there, you're in a good spot. You got some decent receivers, solid line, good running backs. You know what I mean?
I
And
also
you just let the man play.
think there's an element to like Russell Wilson had a ton of success in Seattle
Mm-hmm.
playing a certain kind of ball under Pete Carroll.
True.
I think he got tired of playing that kind of ball. He wanted to open it up. He wanted to be like some of these other
Let him cook.
quarterbacks that just gets the keys to the offense, let him cook,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's where the divide between he and Seattle started, and they were trying to accommodate, and they just got to the point where Pete Carroll said, "Hey, if he's going to be this way, we might be better off moving on to Geno, which turned out to be okay for them.
Yeah.
Trade him, right? He goes to Denver, and he tells Denver, this is how I want it. Nathaniel Hackett, this is how I want it. This is how we're going to do it. And truth be told, Russell Wilson I don't think that style of ball was ever going to be great for him.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, then it's a forced marriage with him and Sean Payton in year 2 in Denver, and that was likely never going to work out. And now I think, the last couple years, 2-3 years of his career have likely humbled Russell Wilson to the point where he's willing to kind of go back to they're playing a lot more like he played in Seattle, for being honest.
Yeah, run the ball,
and
play action.
Sick defense, all that stuff, bootlegs, get him moving out of the pocket. Don't let his size be as big of a hindrance as it is when he stays stationary in the pocket, all that stuff. And you know what? I think to Russell Wilson's credit, maybe he learned some things in the last couple of years, and he's put himself in position to be a better quarterback this year in Pittsburgh, and it's helping them win. He's 2-0 right now as a starter. And tell you what, Mike Tomlin, guy's got brass balls because he's not afraid to make big decisions, and that's why he's one of the best, if not the best coach in the NFL, because right now that was a huge gamble, and it appears to be paying off thus far, moving from Justin Fields to Russell Wilson. And it's also showing, kudos to the front office for making both moves. They didn't just settle for getting Russell Wilson. They also traded for Justin Fields, and they have both of them ready to go, and both have been at least mildly successful in their short careers in Pittsburgh thus far, and their appearances. And I would say both guys have aided to, Pittsburgh being a pretty dang good team right now. So, are they a Super Bowl contender? No, but they're going to have to be. They're going to be a tough out in the AFC. Someone's going to have to beat them in the playoffs. So, credit to all those dudes, but I also just interested to see what continues to happen with Russell Wilson moving forward.
Yeah, no, we'll see. Aren't they the top of their division right now, or are they tied?
I believe they're the top right now because the Ravens lost to the Browns.
J-Mo.
Yeah.
Lastly on this news, we got Jordan Love with that groin injury we've seen. You got him missing some time. We'll see. This might be breaking news right here because according to Shefty, he said they got potential to see him play on Sunday.
It's looking more and more like trending towards he's going to play now.
Yeah.
We'll see. I do think that's a big game. They got the Lions this week, and that's one of the best game of the weekend, likely. Very excited to watch that game, regardless, because Malik Willis has played well in Jordan Love's absence. So either way, I think it's a really good game. It's high-level football. It's against two of the 3 or 4 best teams in the NFC right now, in my opinion. 2 of the 3 best teams I thought coming into the season. And it's likely, the winner has a big edge in terms of the NFC North divisional race. The last little bit of news here, Puka Nacua left Rams practice today. Yeah, with his knee. But I saw later Schefter came and said that it's not expected to be serious. Just maybe dinged up that same knee a little bit. Seems like he'll be okay. They're still thinking he's on track to play and all that good stuff. So a little bit of a scare for Rams fans, myself included. But I think Puka is going to be okay. And if those of you who are wondering about the Rams or Puka Nacua's fantasy value or all those things,
that's me.
It appears like he's going to be okay and he's going to play. But we'll see. We've got a lot of time between now and Sunday, so we'll see.
Yeah. Nacua Matata has been near and dear to my heart, considering I didn't play him last week. He was still on my IR because I was like, short week, not playing this week. So, tough times over here. Jordan Love getting hurt didn't help either. I lost by 9. No. Jordan Love had 5 points. I have Sam Darnold and Tua. 14 and 18 between the two. So I win if I play a different quarterback or if I start Ladd McConkey. Actually, no, I think that's the one league I did start him in. The other 2 I didn't. And it was like, what's going on over here? But speaking of dudes who were balling last week, let's get into these awards, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Kicking it off. Our coach who had some wild words at one point in time. Tukwa Gamer of the Week. We have me. I'm kicking it off. National Tight Ends Day. What
You're
do
the
you know
gamer of the
about it?
week?
What do you know about this National Tight Ends Day? I wish I knew about it. I would have bet on all of them. One dude did that. Lucky for him. I got K. Dotton balled out. Travis Kelce balled out. Kyle Pitts balled out. George Kittle balled out. You name them, they got touchdowns. K. Dotton, 9 catches, 10 targets, 82 yards, 2 TDs. Travis Kelce, 10 catches, 12 yards, or 10 catches on 12 targets, 90 yards and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 4 catches from 5 targets, 91 yards, 2 TDs. George Kittle, 6 catches, 7 targets, 128 yards, 1 TD. It was a national holiday for the boys out there lining up on the line, going outside, whatever you want them to do. But according to Jason Kelce, it's just another Sunday. Ain't nothing special about National Tight Ends Day.
Dogging on his brother right there, bro.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I got a gamer of the week this week, Jayden Daniels. All right. And not just for the spectacular play, but just understanding dude played with a rib injury and he just got it done, grinded it out. You could tell he was hurt a little bit. He had the heating pad rolling between series. He was doing everything he could to take care of it, make sure he could play and continue. I'm now a bigger fan of his than I even anticipated before the season, and I picked them to win their division. Right? I didn't see a whole lot of people picking the Commanders to win that division. I picked them to win that division because of my belief in Jayden Daniels. And I tell you what, like we said it. If he stayed healthy, he was the best quarterback in the class. That's what we thought. I just was scared to death of him staying healthy. That was the thing. And so far, evaluation's been spot on because he's already been hurt a couple times. He's played through it though, and he hasn't really missed time. But he's electric. He's spectacular on the field. He makes plays.
The juice out there.
The ability to buy time and then make the throw on the Hail Mary, like everyone will talk about the throw, but just the amount of time he bought. His O-line did a good job on that play. That might have held, but no one's calling it there. But I mean, great job by him all game long. And then, of course, the Hail Mary happens, and that probably cemented him as a legit dude in the eyes. Right yeah. Commanders fans, I think, they've got something special right now. They're
building a statue.
Yeah.
He makes it through the year, and they get a little run in the playoffs. Statue. This
I'm
right
telling
now.
You, 2012 RG3 season all over again,
that's
man.
I was about to say.
As long as he stays healthy, it could go longer than RG3's did, and that was the thing. RG3 got hurt, but if he stays healthy, man, it's just like that. So, and this team, honestly, quite frankly, is better than that one was. So, good for Washington, good for Jayden Daniels, dog of the week, man, or gamer of the week, I should say.
Your dog of the week.
Next award, dog of the week, yeah.
Yeah, for me this week, dog of the week. We talked about him in our preview for the draft this year. We got the man out in Philly, Cooper DeJean. Now, it was a close game. The Bengals were on a drive to, I believe, take the dub towards the end of the game. 4th and 1. Jamar Chase, go right. I'm a fake back left. I'm going right again across the screen. Gets the little like screen pass, whatever you want to call it. Joey B, pretty ball. I don't know how to say it, but Cooper DeJean, my guy, read it like the easiest book you could ever think of. He was reading Cat in the Hat out there. Made the play, made the jump on him, got his leg, stopped him short. Game over. Iced the game. Cooper DeJean, big play on 4th down. Dog of the week.
Cooper DeJean, bro. Number one, we're featuring a lot of rookies this week, and I like it. Number two, that was a big time football play against
definitely
probably the second best receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. Behind Jamar is probably only behind JJ. Yeah. And that was, phenomenal play. He's got a bright future, man. That kid's sick. The Eagles got to steal in the draft. Let's go minor setback, major comeback. All right, so I had the Jets, and I really thought
to be true today.
So this is. Let me go through I went. I really think the Jets can bounce back after this loss and beat the Texans. And I said to myself, how many times has that been said about the Jets though in the last few weeks? And then they've just blown it. Like they blew it against the Pats. And I was just sitting there and I'm like, nah, they're trash. Like this was my real time thought. Like I was like, the Jets, they're gonna do it. And then I said, just kidding, they're trash. And then guess what? They actually won tonight. So joke's on me. I guess I should have stuck with my gut that they could actually bounce back and beat the Texans this week because they did. Garrett Wilson's a freak, by the way. I don't know how he got that shin inbounds. It looks like the Michael Jordan logo on the catch.
Crazy.
And then he also had the one-hander earlier when the ball went through the defender.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Rodgers was playing the first half, terrible ball. Second half, phenomenal ball. So I don't know what happened at halftime. Maybe he took a shot of the ayahuasca or something like that.
I was gonna say he probably got shot second up in his knee or ankle or something.
Yeah,
he's mobile again.
I don't know, but he was awesome in the second half. And the Jets, they really are still sort of breathing, I guess.
Hey, they got to make a big run, but I guess that's why you play on Sunday.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, basically.
My true minor setback for a major comeback this week was actually going to be Drake May. Took a tough shot, went into the concussion protocol during the game, was in concussion protocol this week. I think he's been playing really well. Would expect him to come back strong. Wasn't his biggest fan in the draft. Again, talking about all these rookies, that was one I was not high on because of the inconsistencies. However, he's really impressed me thus far, and I am rooting for him to make it. So just hoping he can stay healthy and hoping the concussion's not a serious issue and that he'll be able to get back. But when he does, I expect big things. So minor setback, major comeback, Drake May.
Gotcha. See, next up we got the No Cap Hats Off Award. We definitely probably know. Yeah, I was gonna say we probably know what that one is.
Easiest week that we've had today. Easiest week that we've had since we watched Mac Jones throw a lateral interception to Khalil Mack for a touchdown.
Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, that's who it was. It was Jacoby Myers, right? Yeah. That whole thing. That was like the original No Cap Hats Off Award a couple years ago. So Bears cornerback Tyreek Stevenson. All right. Everyone's seen the video by now. And if you haven't, just look up Tyreek Stevenson. Tyrique. The man is excited, and I'm glad he's excited for his team. They're winning. 3 seconds left, though. He's in the end zone, taunting the Bears or the Commanders fans. Meanwhile, the play is happening behind him.
Yeah.
They're running the routes for the Hail Mary actively while he's still talking to the fans. Then he kind of flips around, realizes, oh, the play is happening. Okay, let me do my job.
Yeah.
And the ball gets thrown. He runs into the pile, which I'm fairly certain everyone's kind of figured out that he was supposed to be the man on Noah Brown in the end zone boxing out. And instead he runs in to try and I think the adrenaline was just going. And instead he tips it up and back right into Noah Brown's hands. Touchdown. Tyreek Stevenson becomes one of the biggest scapegoats that sports has seen in a little while here now. It was just like instant karma, and I actually feel bad for him. That's my hot take. I actually legitimately feel bad for him. I don't think he deserves that. And yet he got it, and no one's happy with him. Nobody. So hopefully he bounces back and he's okay. I did have an honorable mention for this No Cap Hats Off, but again, it was unbelievable that it happened literally that way. It was, again, instant karma.
Hey, before we get that honorable mention, this was my nephew's saying for the week. He was like, "Oh, this one's over, huh?" I was like, I was like, yeah, but I mean, there's still 3 seconds. You never know, anything can happen. Next thing you know, that plays out. He looks at me, just jaw drop. I was just like, oh. He was like, that's crazy. I was like, I told you, anything's possible.
How old is nephew now?
He is 6. gonna be 7.
Dang. Bro, 6 now? Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. The honorable mention here, same game. A little earlier in the fourth quarter. Bears get down to the 1. They're like, bring in the fridge. They bring in the new age fridge, bro. Offensive lineman. They try and hand him
They
to
try
the
to beat
ball
me
on a
out there.
fullback dive. And they fumble the handoff exchange, give the ball back to the Commanders. And I thought to myself, that is just pure comedy. It's almost so crazy. It's almost unbelievable, but it did happen. Same game. So honorable mention. Shout out to the Bears for trying to be creative and kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Pop, pop.
Yeah, I'll do another big fella running the ball. Our sophomore year, we were playing MV, right? I was running. I think I got like 30 yards on this rush. I could be lying, but I go and no one punched the ball out, but I lost the ball while running. It went in the air, and then I had to catch it while getting tackled, and then hang on to it. And Fish made fun of me for that forever. If I called him right now, he'd probably be like, "Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. You fumbled for no reason." But those were some good times.
I also think I remember that, and I'm fairly certain that was like a 14-yard run, not a 30-yard run, bro.
Hey, so when you're in the backfield, that's 20. That's
Hey,
a
for
solid
you,
20.
yeah. No, it was a solid 20 yards. It was just
Yeah.
an actual gain of 14.
Yeah. But
Hey,
cut me some slack.
speaking of big fellas, we got the Strahan Munoz Big Fella Award. Jody, we'll let you go first. Who's your
Alright, word.
Munoz
I
guy of the
got
week?
so I'll preface this by I thought the dude's last name was Parkins the third, but it's not. It's Trey Pipkins the third. He's number 79 on the Chargers. And as I was watching him, I was like, this dude looks like a tackle. But he's playing right guard right now. It's like, when I looked up his name, it told me he was a tackle. So I don't know. Maybe their guard got hurt or something, but he's playing inside next to Joe Alt, and he's just way bigger than this dude. That's the only reason I knew he was a tackle. But regardless, he's that guard today. And excuse me, the things I liked from him was he had a quick get off. He was smooth off the ball. Not even into the pass, but like even on run plays, he was getting into the help with the nose guard or getting up to the back quick.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, he was
in the
well.
run game, he had the choppy feet. Loved watching that. This is probably the best run blocking I've seen in a minute. So I had fun watching that. And then also they run the ball a lot, so that was cool too. Not many teams I've been watching be running the ball. They just be chucking it up. And then
Harbaugh's gonna run it.
let's see. Oh, he's good at redirecting traffic. So when he would either run or pass, he would be able to just take the dude and just put him somewhere else, not have to like look at him anymore. He would get him out the way. And then the other tale that told me he was a tackle was he was 1-on-1 on most pass pro more often than not. And like it literally looked like he was playing tackle, but he was at the guard spot, like 1-on-1, got the deep kick step, good punches, and I was like, I don't know, something's off about this guy. And it all made sense once I looked it up right now.
So I just want to shout out the Chargers O-line. Because the Saints did try and go after Justin Herbert kind of dirty.
Oh, yeah.
And they responded. I think it was
How do
Bradley
you
Bozeman.
respond?
Is that who it was?
The Saints or the Chargers?
The Chargers, I believe, is the offensive line. The name of the offensive lineman who
left guard
who
guy.
went and wanted all the smoke and absolutely drilled this dude on the ground. Picked up the flag, didn't care, didn't give 1 ounce of care about it. Absolutely smoked him to protect his quarterback.
Bozeman.
Yeah, and Herbert had to like tell him stop. It's like no, stop. Like we're good. And yeah. So shout out to the Chargers O-line for that because Bradley Bozeman specifically, but just in general. So the Strahan half of this award this week is going to go to Jared Verse, rookie, another rookie this week. We're just featuring all the rookies. He was a menace against the Vikings. They couldn't handle him. He had 3 tackles, 1.5 sacks, a tackle for loss, 3 quarterback hits, tons of pressures, plays made in the run game all night, made Christian Darrisaw look like a rookie himself, and that dude is a vet, savvy left tackle. They couldn't block him. They could not block Jared Verse. And then if you saw the version of the game where they released the audio, man was talking that talk too. He was talking that talk. He hit him with the got a sack, skull. And I was like, ooh, he wants the smoke today. Yeah, so he was cooking. So shout out Jared Verse. I would say leader in the clubhouse right now for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he's doing nice. I was telling Fish, I was like, I don't know, I might have to move off of Byron Young and get Jared Verse as my next jersey going forward.
Yeah.
That 8's clean too. The single digits.
That 8 does look clean. So does the 0 though. Agent 0 is nice.
True. I don't know, but the 8, something about it speaks to me.
Something about it.
And let's see, the next one on this list, we got the Who's Cooking Award. I went Jameis Winston. I was like, why did I write all this nonsense before I even wrote this dude's name? Hey, we play for the name on our back and the decal on our helmet. Well, we don't got no decal. But Jameis, man, good energy out there in Cleveland. Brought the dub home versus the Ravens. You said it last week. Hey, let's get 31 TDs, 31 interceptions. Our guy came out here
back.
27 for 41, 337 with 3 touchdowns in the first start as the Browns QB. My man balled. We love
just like
seeing
to point
it.
out, first time all year the Browns have scored more than 20 points.
Also very true.
That's all it took was Jameis, baby. J-Mo, he's back. He's back in our lives, and I'm hyped.
Unwavering faith, determination, whatever else he said. I don't know, but the man was focused. He was locked in for that game, and he showed it on the field.
Yeah, he was hyped about it.
We're glad to see him back. Oh yeah, no doubt.
All right, I got Kyler Murray, bro. COD came out and the man still balled.
Hey,
all right?
Surprisingly.
He's actually been having a pretty quietly good year for the Cardinals. He cooked the Dolphins, 307 yards, 2 tutties, no picks, game-winning drive. Secretly, he's been balling, dude, and people haven't talked about him like he's a top 10 QB. But right now, he's playing like that back half of the top 10 type quarterback. The way he's got the Cardinals sitting at 4-4. They're at the top of the division right now in the NFC West. And they've got wins over the Rams and the 49ers. Yeah. So this is no fluke. They're playing well. Kyler's playing well. They're putting themselves in position to be competitive down the stretch. So look out for that. Number one. Number two, Kyler Murray, dude, he's cooking for real right now, even with Call of Duty, being on his mind.
He was probably cooking on there too, honestly.
Yeah, I bet he was.
Double XP weekend, he'll be there. That's when you truly gotta make sure you bet against him. Yeah. Let's see. Next up, the Boo Boo Evans Award. This week I got Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce. We got one catch on 4 targets.
Teammate.
Huh?
Former teammate of ours, Alex Pierce.
Was that his first name?
Alec. No, we had Alex Pierce.
Yeah, I didn't know that was his first name.
Yeah,
I just knew him by Pierce.
Hey, what is it about football where you just call everyone by their last name, and half the time you really don't know their first name? You just call them their last name.
Boo Boo Evans. First name Jordan.
First name is Jordan. Yeah.
But yeah, Alec Pierce, 1 catch, 4 targets from our guy Joe Flacco and Anthony Richardson, respectively. He got 11 yards. Couldn't link up with either of them all too well. And we'll see. He's got one dude now going forward, unless something happens to Joe Flacco, which we don't want to see. Don't want that juju on my guy. But honorable mention for the Boo Boo Evans Award, Lil Jordan Humphrey on the Broncos. He did a little better. He got 4 catches on 6 targets, 22 yards though, and then he fumbled as well. So getting the turnovers don't help. I mean, granted they still won by 14, but can't have those little mistakes like that. And another honorable mention. We got Spencer Rattler got benched for Jake Haener.
Ooh. Yeah, that's tough. Chase's take on the trash can there looking good right now.
Yeah.
It's time for everybody's favorite segment. It's the turnover on downs. We need like a better intro for that. You know, I'm thinking about this. We got to workshop something there. You know what I'm saying? We need like a cool sound effect. Turnover on downs.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah. So here's what we got. We are Ooh. Dang it. Come on. Nope, that's not what we want.
Hey, there I am again.
Okay.
Total busted.
Here we go. This is the one we want. All right, Jody, can we see? Can we see?
Eyes are clear.
So we're going to talk trends right here. Something that's become a trend in the last couple of years, and I think we're going to see it more in some short yardage situations this year. Specifically, the Bears were running the power triple option with the shovel, right? So
yeah, we have been seeing that.
You'll see, if you look in this picture here, what they're going to do, you're going to down block on the front side. We're going to down block on this 3 technique, right? We're going to down block to the backside backer. We're going to down block to the backside 2 technique. We're going to pull our guard for the end, and we're going to read this uncovered linebacker right here. All right. And so we're going to try and really we're using this look, right? The puller is going to kick out here. We're really using this wide look from the back with his shoulders all the way parallel to the line of scrimmage or to the sideline to really widen this guy. And then Caleb Williams can keep, right? Widen. As soon as he sees it, he can pull it and just go, right? And then the shovel pass, the nice thing about him is he becomes a puller, so he can become a blocker, and then it just becomes like quarterback GH counter, right? Or like he does on the play, he can pull it and just quick pitch it forward, and it's a kind of a risk-free play because if he drops it, it's not a fumble, it's just an incomplete pass.
Yeah,
and now he follows the puller into the hole. All right, so we'll watch the play. It's a nice little short yardage play right here for the Bears. All right. So here we go. You can see him widen it, reading this player right here, right? That linebacker. Oh, he gets real wide. He's going to run with the back. I'm just going to go ahead and shovel it right in there to my tight end. Let him power himself in. Yeah. You get a big player, the ball on about the 1 yard line. That should be a win every time, right? You can see it. He's like, okay, widened out. Boom, hit it inside. Great blocking by the O-line. Just enough space. Just enough space to get in the end zone. And Caleb did hit a nice little celly, arms all the way up. You know what I'm saying?
No, he went.
He was feeling himself a little bit.
Watch
arms
right
up.
here.
Yeah, and then flex on him. Yeah, flex on him. Yeah. He was feeling it. So I anticipate you'll see more of that stuff in short yardage from teams just because it is a kind of easy, risk-free play that gives your quarterback multiple options, within the same play. It is a dirty little play, power triple option shovel pass, and short yardage goal line situations is a nice little play.
Yeah, the Chiefs ran that maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. I remember seeing Travis Kelce getting that same catch. So definitely something that's getting popular. Second down on this turnover on downs. I get you the bet for next week. So I already talked about it earlier, but Broncos got the dub. 28-14 was the final. Easy 10-point spread. We got that on lock. Shout out our guy Bo Nix. He's balling. But this week, I have written down that you talked about Kyler Murray earlier. Kyler Murray, sorry.
Kyler Murray.
Messed up that pronunciation. And I second the notion that. How do I read this? I second the notion. So first we got reading. Don't know how to do it. I agree with you that the Cardinals are looking good, and that first thing on this list we have the Cardinals -1 versus the Bears in AZ. I think he will be able to dish the ball around to the boys. Hopefully, Maserati Mar, our guy James Conner. I think he could run the rock well. So first one we're looking at right there. Next up on this list, we got the Packers Lions over 48. I don't care if it's Malik Willis, Jordan Love. They're scoring hella points. Detroit put up 50 burgers, I think, in back-to-back weeks. Meanwhile, the Packers are doing like 30 plus the past couple weeks as well. So that just screams points to me. I like that. And too much writing. I don't know. I shouldn't write this much.
I talked you into Colts.
Yeah. I wrote it down just for you. The 5.5 does seem nice for Joe Flacco. So I added that to the list, but it wasn't one that I originally was going to do. So that's why I got the Packers Lions over 48. I like that one. That's my highlighted bet for the week.
Oof, I like it. I'm with you. Even if it's Malik Willis, I feel like the Packers have played well with him under center, and
yeah, definitely.
That seems like a gimme that both teams combined would at least score 24 each. Yeah, I am too. Maybe Vegas says law of averages, they'll come down.
A lot of defense, apparently.
Let's go to the third down breakdown. All right, we're going to talk about Dak, Dallas Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football last week. Game we haven't talked about a ton. You know, we try and spread the love here, talk about all things, all teams. This game wasn't particularly great, I would say, but it was good. It was a good game between two teams that are fighting to keep themselves in playoff position here. Okay, so we got a 3rd and 4. The Cowboys are going to set up a nice little boot action, sprint out action for Dak. They're going to motion the fullback in to add to their protection. And they're just going to run a 2-man route out here. Okay. They're going to run what we always called Wolf. It's just another version of Smash, right?
Yeah.
You get the corner with the out, and then they're going to roll to it. And what they're hoping for is they roll to the out, get CD the ball right now, right? And he gets out of bounds, and you got a first down, move the chains, right? That's the idea here.
Stop the clock.
Well, what the 49ers are going to do, they're going to play a real hard cover 2 look here, right? So you've got a cover 2 corner backside press, cover 2 safety on the hash, kind of showing like he's going to be middle of the field, but he's truly on this hash over here. You've got a cover 2 corner who's going to press the heck out of CeeDee Lamb, and the cover 2 safety who's playing real tight to the line of scrimmage, but he's going to get depth. You'll see on the snap. Cover 2 is a great look to what the Cowboys are trying to run here.
So you're saying it's cover 2. It looks like 1 high to me, but you just said everyone's going deep. So is this 4? Is this quarters?
No, it's cover 2. So you're going to have the corner down here, hard, aggressive. He's playing the flat. Safety up top. He's showing 1 high, but he's going to get to the half here. Okay. Safety down here
pulling out
is playing lower to the box, but he's going to get out, and that's your 2 high safeties. And then you got a corner down here who's going to be ultra aggressive on CD.
Gotcha.
So we'll let it play out. You can see post snap kind of how it gets to cover 2. Now, this cover 2 safety sees sprint out, and he's cheating it right now. He's already getting over there right now. He's going to cheat it, right? But now you can see cover 2 corner, cover 2 safety. Backside cover 2 safety coming over. Now you saw Lenore was really greedy about not letting CD get a free release. Dak tries to kind of fit that ball over him, over the cover 2 corner, underneath the cover 2 safety, and it just ain't happening. All right. You can see it right here a little better. He thinks he can get CD kind of getting down the sideline. He can fit it in that window over the corner, but the corner just makes an incredible play. I believe that's Diamador Lenore is the one who makes that play. And it is truly ridiculous, the feat of athleticism he makes to make that play. But it's just a really good defensive call against a really good offensive play call for the down and distance, both sides. I mean, I like the play call both ways. Dak, that's one trying to create out a structure there. I see what he saw, but that was going to be a tough ball to fit in there. More likely, he didn't really have, he's got Fred Warner coming downhill right now. He's not going to have any room to run this thing, but I don't like, he doesn't really get his hips to this throw. He thinks he can kind of get it over the corner and even right through to this moment right here. Nope, the corner's going to go make that play. And that was kind of Dak not respecting that corner's athleticism, I would say, and trying to fit a ball in there. And that's kind of been a problem with the Cowboys offense. If CeeDee Lamb's not open, nobody is, right? And that's where I would say look for the Cowboys, maybe add another receiver at the trade deadline here. They could use some help. I don't know what name. Deontay Johnson's been traded. DeAndre Hopkins has been traded. Cooper Kupp's not going anywhere. Right. Devontae Adams has been traded. So I don't know who they go get necessarily, but I have a feeling Amari Cooper's been traded. I don't know, but it just feels like a lot of veteran receivers have been traded. Christian Kirk might have been the guy, but he's now out with the collarbone. So we'll see. We'll wait and see what the Cowboys do. But I do feel like they could do something to help their offense out and give them another receiver. Probably not a big enough name, the one that you just said there.
Robert Woods. Yeah. I guess that's probably
love my guy. But
who's the dude they have there now? Oh, Brandon Cooks. That's their Robert Woods. That's who that is.
Yes.
Let's see. 4th down on the turnover on downs. I got your bad beat. I'll be honest here. Did not put no bets out. I did a big parlay on like spreads and over unders, but I did not do no prop bets or nothing. So I'm very limited on this. So the easiest answer I could give you was the Commanders Bears game, just the spread on that one. If you're on the Bears side, the +1.5, you're sitting there at those 3 seconds like my nephew, like, hey, looks like it's over. Just like our guy Tyreek Stevenson or whatever his last name was.
Certainly what he thought.
And next thing you know, heartbreak. You just lost on the Hail Mary that you tipped, and Brown showing the bag with the bread basket open. So that's what I got for you guys on 4th down today.
Well, that does it for the turnover on downs. Good segment there. Jody, before we get out of here, we got to have the banger of the week. Before you get to yours, it is your week. I did want to give a shout out to our guy Ray Ray. I finally had the opportunity to listen to the album. Not every song was on there was for me.
Yeah.
But a lot of the songs were really good. I think my favorite was Session 1 to start the album. And he's just like, it's just very real. Felt like it was real honest.
Yeah.
I appreciated it. I can always respect when someone's willing to be vulnerable enough to sort of expose themselves to the world for judgment and not really care like what people are going to say about them. And I think our guy Ray is being honest and truthful to himself. He's making good music. Proud of him. Friend of the show. And we're going to keep supporting him and shouting him out. So great job, Ray Ray. Hope you're still listening.
Facts. But my banger of the week, I got the cookie butter ice cream from Trader Joe's. I don't know if you tried that before, but the last week Johnny was like, "Yo, this ice cream's fire. Have you tried it?" I was like, "Nah." I was like, "All right, bet." He was like, "Come get a scoop." So I was like, "All right, word. Sounds good to me." And like I took a bite. He was like, "Yeah, it's like the Biscoff cookies in there or something." He was like, "It's kind of just like crumpled up, like you could taste it." And he was like, "You know what I'm talking about?" I was like, "Yeah, I know what those cookies are, bro." And so took a bite and he was like, "What do you think?" I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." And then in my scoop, there was a big chunk of the cookie. So like like it wasn't like blended up all too well, so like it wasn't just a little piece, it was a big chunk stuck together. So I like broke a piece off of that and I grabbed like the ice cream on the side, took it all together, and I was like, yo, this is fire. He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I just got more of the cookie taste and it's so good. So that was my banger of the week. But honorable mention, this song came out like 2 weeks ago. Morgan Wallen, Love Somebody. It was on everyone's Instagram, like, whether was it story or like even like the suggested like song that they're listening to. It's a good song. It was playing on my way into the house today, so I was like, oh, I might as well say it because that song, the tune is very catchy. The words are a little more deep, but yeah, those are my bangers for the week.
I'll have to check it out. Not a big country guy, but living in Texas, maybe some stuff's changed my mind. I'm starting to feel the vibes a little bit. All right, we'll
check
see.
Check it out.
Hey, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll check it out.
Drewski.
And that's exactly what I was going for. So we appreciate all of you listening. Hope you're juiced up for week 9. We've already finished 8 weeks. We're halfway through the NFL season, and we're into week 9 officially. Enjoy the weekend of games. Enjoy your families as we get into holiday season. We're now into November officially, and
first of the month.
It's one of my favorite times of year. You start getting down to the nitty-gritty football. It's playoff high school football. It's down to the college football playoff. It's getting down to the NFL playoffs. These games mean something. Juiced up. Thanksgiving weekend coming. All of it is going to be great, and so we're excited. We appreciate you listening, and we're gonna keep supporting our guy by letting him take us out. Ray, take us out.